array of strings for the array of objects for the arguments with the method signature out in front of it. And then I'm going to say return method.invoke, passing in the object that I really want to talk to. So basically the guy, my real instance, which is this guy being passed in, right? I'm going to say teller, passing in the arguments. It's going to give me an error here. The reason it's getting an error is because teller is not final up here. I'm defining an anonymous inner class here. Any variables outside that anonymous inner class that I want to interact with either have to be defined in the scope of the parent class, or if they're local variables, they have to be final. So I'm going to make this guy final. That'll make that go away. What ends up happening is when it creates this little instance, this invocation handler that I'm creating here, when teller was passed in as a final, when this instance is created, he knows he needs to reference teller. He gets a copy of teller inside of him. So that at the point this guy is actually instantiated, we copy the value of teller in, and then he talks to this copy. Teller is a pointer. He's a pointer to a teller object. So what's going to happen is that whatever teller was at this point, he was pointing to some object, we basically just copy the address. That's all that's getting copied in this object. So when I talk to teller, boom, I'm talking to the real teller. When the method gets called, boom, we talk to this guy and we log it. Nice and simple. Okay. What gets returned from this whole thing is that little dotted line guy, this little dotted circle here, that implements teller. That's really all we care about here. So let's go back to our app and try this guy out. Oops, which method did I call that? Create dynamic proxy logging teller. Does that proxy have a state? It can if you want to. Right now, the only state that's in